Hi, this is video training module number 48, the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. This is an overview. The Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint you can use to build rapport and grow profits is an ebook that I assembled that will show you how to discover the secrets you can use to use email marketing to start your own email marketing agency, to build an audience and grow profits for your clients and customers, and also for the clients and customers you serve if you decide to start your own email marketing agency or digital marketing agency or both. Let's go over this ebook. If you purchased the Flip Florida Land ebook bundle, which you can find at www.flipfloridalandebookbundle.com and also www.makethisyourview.com. If you've purchased the ebook bundle, you will receive a bunch of ebooks that I've assembled and written, and one of these ebooks is this ebook, the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. So this ebook will show you how you can build rapport and grow profits. Essentially, this ebook shares email sequence templates you can use to model to make your own email sequences. Also, this ebook contains fill-in-the-blank email sequences you can use as well. So even though some internet marketers are dismissive of email marketing, as it's been around for 25 plus years, its longevity proves its value. Email marketing is still used today, and the number one way to optimize sales of products or services. So with that in mind, developing your skills as an email marketing expert and email marketing writer can lead to a profitable career opportunity or opportunities in the field of digital marketing, and even for your own freelancing business or consulting career. So here's a few ways you can use email marketing to make money. Offer email marketing services for local businesses, number one. Number two, develop your own email marketing campaign for your own products or services. Number three, become an email marketing consultant for freelancers and businesses. Number four, identify any compliance issues that exist between autoresponders and CRMs in order to determine suitable SaaS tools based on price, ease of use, email sends, etc. Position yourself as a trusted authority who can set up the autoresponder or CRM for each business and charge a fee for maintaining it so it runs smoothly. You could offer copywriting services too. So to go into a bit more depth about number four, identify any compliance issues. Find out if there's any issues where the autoresponder or the CRM is not connecting with a SaaS tool. Now, what is an autoresponder? An autoresponder is something that allows you to set up your email sequences, and then it automates the email sequences when they go out, the date, the time, and there's other automations and details in there as well. A CRM, a content relations management system, is essentially the same thing as an autoresponder, but it usually has more bells and whistles, right? So a CRM is like an autoresponder to the 10th power, okay? What's a SaaS tool? SaaS. It's a software as a service tool. So a SaaS tool might be kind of like a CRM or an autoresponder, but you connect it with a CRM or autoresponder. Now, sometimes there's compliance issues. These might not connect properly. A CRM or an autoresponder might require a certain SaaS tool. So where you could come in is you could find out which SaaS tools work best with which CRMs and which autoresponders. Okay, I have another ebook that kind of identifies a list of autoresponders, and you might want to read that ebook. It's included within this digital product with a collection of ebooks that you can get at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com and also makethisyourview.com. So that's number four. Let's go into number five of one of the few ways you can use email marketing to make money. You could write an ebook like I did. You could use this to open doors for consulting, public speaking, and new business opportunities. And as you read this ebook, more ideas are likely to pop into your head. Now, what's great about writing an ebook, you can have the digital version ebook as a PDF, a portable document file. Also, you can have a version of the ebook on Kindle at Amazon.com And you could have a version of the ebook that's print on demand at Amazon.com. So if someone goes to Amazon and they like a print book, they could order a print version of your ebook. If they want the PDF, they could get the PDF version at your website. If they want the Kindle version, they could get the Kindle version at Amazon for the Kindle reader. So about me, my name is Chris Kemp. Actually, my name is Michael Christopher Kemp, but I pretty much go by my middle name. And essentially, I'm a writer, musician, photographer, traveler, and creative entrepreneur. Over the years, I've written a number of ebooks, a few screenplays, 2 musicals. Well, one of them was produced, the other one is kind of unproduced, so really 1 musical. A lot of blog posts and a lot of email sequences. And although I have a variety of interests, they share the common theme of freedom. That's time freedom, financial freedom, health freedom, and travel location freedom. That's kind of the thread that ties together the quilt of the interest that I have. So if you need help with your email marketing, you are welcome to reach out to me. My email is bicycledays@yahoo.com. That's bicycledays@yahoo.com. bicycledays@yahoo.com. In the subject line, write, I need help with my email sequence. So if you're anxious about your email marketing campaign, if you're unsure of how to start, if you're struggling with sales copy, sometimes it just takes a fresh perspective. Sometimes it takes another person to help you. This is why therapists and counselors get paid so much, because they offer that fresh perspective. And often, what that brings in is that brings options. They might be looking at something with a different model of seeing the world, and with that they might have kind of a perspective in a different way that they can offer you. So I can help you if you're interested. I can help you be your fresh perspective. I've written a small mountain of sales copy, probably hundreds of email sequences and umpteen landing pages. I can help you write your sales copy. I can write it for you. You're welcome to contact me for a free chat. I also have a lot of ideas for selling products and services. I could probably help you do that using proven copywriting techniques that convert different readers into excited prospects eager to buy your product or service. So keep this in mind as you read this ebook. You're welcome to reach out to me anytime via email. I look forward to helping you build your audience and grow your profits. So let's start with this. The hero goes rogue. So you've probably seen this hundreds of times while watching your favorite streaming channel movie, the story of, quote, the hero goes rogue, unquote. So the main character, Harold, is at his job. It's a boring 9-to-5, sleepwalking his way towards a weekly paycheck. He's living a mediocre life. He knows he's meant for something greater, but he feels so weighed down at work and by the world around him that he is unable to bridge a gap between his current world and something greater. Then, something happens that is quite unexpected. One day at the cafeteria, he gets in a discussion with Betsy, the cafeteria clerk, who tells him that some great opportunity is coming his way. He thanks her, then chuckles it off as a well-meaning but meaningless gesture. The following day at work, he receives an urgent text message from a long-lost friend requesting him to meet him immediately. It's an emergency. Harold slips out at lunchtime to meet his old friend, finding him at the end table of a crowded coffee shop. There's something I need to tell you, the friend starts. And after I tell you this, I want you to make a decision. Okay, Harold stammers. The friend pulls his seat closer to Harold and begins talking. This is the essential formula of so many movies. An ordinary person is thrown into an extraordinary situation. They discover their own strength, and in doing so, find resources within themselves that enable and empower them to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. The hero's journey goes rogue is a story we can all relate to, because sometimes we all fantasize with it. We fantasize with having someone or something interrupt our lives in order to add some excitement and some drama to our lives, something that forces us to go on an adventure. At the end of the day, we're all looking for something to do, mission, someone to save, heroine, and someone to be, hero. I'm going to repeat that. At the end of the day, we're all looking for something to do, mission, someone to save, heroine, and someone to be, hero. We're looking for a journey to go on, for something greater to participate in, something bigger than ourselves that will challenge us and inspire us to plumb the depths of our soul, that will challenge us physically, mentally, emotionally, a kind of refiner's fire that will burn away the boring parts of ourselves, so much so that we're unable to return to the old world because we're something new. We do need another hero, and that hero is you. Think about it. When you write your email sequences, think of yourself as the hero. Write your own hero's journey story, based on real events, real experiences. If you want, embellish it a little. Tell it as you remember it, even if your memory is constructed in the parentheses of your own imagination. Imagination sometimes is the greatest of all vehicles. Use your imagination to create your own story, your own playground, your own world. A world that's similar to our world, but one that's more exciting, with unexpected situations and memorable characters. Invite the reader to participate in your story. Think in terms of screenplay writing techniques. Read Save the Cat by Blake Snyder. Read Save the Cat Goes to the Movies by Blake Snyder. Incorporate screenplay writing techniques into your email sequences. I'm using the screenplay writing technique for a copywriting book that I'm writing. In it, I inhabit the character of a high-paid copywriter for a New York City media company. Turn your ordinary story into an extraordinary story. Use a similar technique in order to create your own character, a hero that goes rogue. The hero is someone we all at one time or another aspire to be. This creates sympathy. We become emotionally invested, and a rapport, a relationship, is built. We want to know what happens next. I begin telling the story of the hero in the paragraph that starts with, "Buy now," you're probably wondering. By the way, buy now is also an embedded command, as it could be read as buy now, B-U-Y now. In this case, a phrase is a kind of pattern interrupt. Hopefully a clever way to introduce the hero, while at the same time being used as an embedded command. So I hope you're enjoying this so far. If you want to read this ebook yourself, it's the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. You can get the ebook at chriskempcreative.com. That's chriskempcreative.com. Or you can get the full ebook bundle at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. That's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com or makethisreview.com. Anyway, this is the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. And let's continue. I think we're on page 16. And emails are great because essentially what you do is you tell a story that ideally will create sympathy and empathy for the main character, yourself, or someone else. You get the reader to relate to the story, and you can even do a video email blog where you tell it in person, or where you're speaking but not showing your face, just showing pictures. You can get free to use pictures and videos from Pexels, PEXELS.com. And once you get the reader to sympathize with you, to know, like, and trust you, offer value to the reader, entertain them, challenge them, motivate, challenge, inspire them. Take them on a journey, and then maybe every second or third or fourth email, recommend a product or a service that's affiliate product. So if they buy it, you get a commission. All right, let's go back to the ebook. Here's a sneak peek of what I'm writing for the Hooked Copywriting System. 6-figure paid copywriter from mainstream media goes rogue and spills the secrets that MSM, mainstream media, uses to hypnotize viewers into buying things. That would be the headline. You're about to discover the dirty secrets that mainstream media and million-dollar ad agencies use to trick you into buying their products. Eventually, they will find out who I am. Again, this is from page 11, the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. Eventually, they will find out who I am, and I've already put most of my money into silver, gold, and Bitcoin to protect my assets for when that day comes. Between now and then, and this is urgent, I'm giving away the little-known advertising strategies that Madison Avenue and MSM don't want you to know about. I call this copywriting method the Hooked Copywriting System because it hooks the reader to the point they can't let go. It's that good. I bait the reader with embedded commands and hypnotic writing patterns that are so powerful that insiders refer to this as spiking or lacing the content. Called unconventional and controversial by media insiders, the Hooked Copywriting System is guaranteed to explode your profits. Use this powerful copywriting method to convert different prospects into loyal customers who are hooked for life, credit card in hand, eager to buy your product or service. Guaranteed to boost your opt-in rate by 78%. I'll show you how to create stacked realities and golden hoops that will get your subscribers excited to read your emails and eager to buy your products or services. The Hooked Copywriting System pulls back the curtains, the dark world inhabited by copywriting wizards that, until now, has never been shared among outsiders. One that uncovers little-known psychological trigger words that will drive your readers wild with curiosity to find out what happens next. You're about to discover NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, trigger words that erase skepticism, or suspicious words that vaporize any resistance your reader may have. The Hooked Copywriting System lays everything out on the table, a no BS method that creates immediate trust with your readers, one that will allow you to establish immediate trust and position yourself as both a friend and an authority in the mind of the reader in 43 seconds or less. The Hooked Copywriting System combines elements of classic sales copywriting with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, psychology, screenplay writing techniques, persuasion engineering, and even hypnotic patterns used by the PUA, pickup artist, community to create a proven copywriting system that converts indifferent prospects into raving fans eager to buy your product or service. The end result is what copywriting gurus are calling explosive and almost dangerous. One even asked, "Is this legal?" By now, you're probably wondering, who am I? Okay. I'm a graduate of Columbia University, NYC, with a major in journalism and a minor in psychology. Early on in my first year of college, I discovered NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and that was where my real education began. I was hooked and fascinated to know more. From that day on, I started reading everything I could in the subject. I literally devoured books on the subject of NLP. That interest spilled over into other topics: psychology, persuasion, engineering, pickup artistry, copywriting, and screenplay writing. I read books, watched videos, attended courses, took notes, and even developed my own theories. What started as a mild interest became an obsession. I devoured almost every piece of information I could on the subject of persuasion. Since my time in college up until today, I've probably read hundreds of books on persuasion, psychology, NLP, and copywriting, as well as taken countless numbers of courses on this subject. It got to the point that my friends were calling me a mini version of Tony Robbins. This reputation preceded me. Soon a lot of the university students were coming to me for advice on how to deal with situations. Relationships with roommates, partners, friends, parents. My free counseling, LOL, was so effective it got me in trouble with the university administrators. This happened after a guy whose girlfriend had cheated on him visited me for advice. He actually wanted the girl back in his life. I offered him a few suggestions. He put them into motion, and within 48 hours, the girl was begging him to forgive her, to be his girlfriend again. Her roommates found out I had counseled a scorned lover, boyfriend, and for some reason hated me for it. I was called before the RA, resident advisor, and board administrators and was nearly expelled. They said what I was doing constituted, quote, some kind of black magic, quote, and that, quote, manipulation will not be tolerated on campus, end quote. I apologized and promised to quit the counseling, even signing a statement to do so. At the time, I had to in order to continue university. I was on a scholarship, I wanted the degree, and I didn't want to let my parents down. Thinking about it now, I realized that the university was being draconian and heavy-handed. Only now, however, they've gotten much worse, with speech codes, PC, politically correct culture, and identity politics. Although politically correct ideas may have good intentions, they've ended up with bad results. PC culture is forced tolerance to the point that tolerance has become the embrace that smothers. After graduating, I was snatched up by one of the major television networks in the NYC area, where I worked for years. I quickly was moved up the ranks due to my ability to create advertising copy that brought results, massive results for our clients. The results were so good, in fact, that I began getting offers from recruiters for high-paying jobs in other countries. The network found out and gave me a huge raise. The money, the accolades, the attention was great for a while. But deep down inside, I knew that something was not right. It was like an itch I couldn't scratch, and the work climate was changing. It was a good job, but about 3 years ago, I could see things were changing. New hires were based not on their qualifications, but on their ethnicity and gender. Because of my race, white, and my gender, male, I was a slow-moving target for the incoming hires. Unqualified copywriters whose main agenda was to destroy the patriarchy. All of them had been indoctrinated at the college level with the vaccines of political correctness and identity politics, and they were on a mission: destroy the patriarchy. For the next year, I was quiet. I didn't attend office parties. I didn't join anyone else for lunch. I was hoping that incoming tidal wave of PC coworkers would see me as an introvert. Instead, they saw something considerably different. They began to spread rumors about me that I was, wait for it, an angry white male. Listen, I didn't and I don't hate the incoming tide of PC warriors. They've been indoctrinated at their colleges and university. Young people especially, are susceptible to this conditioning. Young people, it seems that they tend to gravitate toward a mission. Being a social justice warrior, SJW, provides a kind of mission, a struggle, one in which they feel, and they can be seen as a hero and a victim of their own narrative, their own self-story. Fighting the patriarchy allows them to feel this way. In fighting the patriarchy, they are both the hero, they are both the victim of the patriarchy and the hero fighting the patriarchy. So they get sympathy and empathy for being the victim, and special rights for being the victim, while at the same time getting accolades and attention for being the hero fighting the patriarchy. If people don't have anything significant to struggle against, they're likely to find something insignificant to struggle against in order to prevent boredom in their lives. At the same time, this adds drama and chaos in their lives and makes their life seem more exciting. Their passion is admirable but misdirected, engineered by corporations masquerading as concerned citizens and using the college students as pawns, giving them identity as social justice warriors. So over time, the job environment was quickly becoming unbearable. There were rumblings and rumors that my job was on the line, so I planned my escape. I quietly exited the top position and began my own freelance copywriting business. In short, I used to be an award-winning ad exec for one of the major networks, but I saw where they were headed and quietly exited the network. After my departure, I took a few weeks off and started my own private copywriting service. Now I work for myself. But they came back. When mainstream media found out I was releasing my own ebook, I heard rumors from an insider that they were livid. The mainstream media ad execs hate me for letting the cat out of the bag. They even attempted to sue me. After an hour-long conference call with my lawyer in which I explained that this copywriting method blended a variety of techniques and styles, he said that the eclectic combination of techniques would be sufficient to prevent any lawsuit from going forward, and that he'd take care of it. That was a month ago, and I haven't heard from the MSM clowns since. Still, if they do return, I might be forced to withdraw this course and shut it down until further notice. So get this course now. Get the hooked copywriting system now before it's pulled by the MSM mob. And if you don't think that the MSM has a mob mentality, well, my friend, you have definitely not worked for them. They do. They are vicious and relentless. And like a rabid dog, they won't let go until you're bleeding and infected with rabies that have you convinced they are telling the truth. Shh. I'll let you in on something you probably already know by now. The MSM is fake media. Grab your copy of the Hooked Copywriting System below now, before this site is shut down, before it disappears from the internet forever. Up until now, these copywriting techniques were closely guarded secrets used to hypnotize you into buying stuff you never needed. Now the time has come to make these secrets available to you. We take the lid off the secret recipe for copywriting that converts like crazy, flipping the psychological switch in your prospect's head that get him excited to buy your product or service. Get the Hooked Copywriting System now, before the MSM and Madison Avenue wizards shut down the site forever. So that's an example that I wrote that you can use a model for your own landing page, and in order to sell your product or service, or in order to gather emails. So the breakdown of the hero goes rogue. We kind of went over that. Actually, let's go over that again. The breakdown of the hero goes rogue. You can captivate the reader with the hero goes rogue scenario or story. So the hero goes rogue scenario is essentially the hero's journey, but it's the hero's journey that goes rogue into some unknown territory that offers unexpected situations. Now this is where the fun stuff comes in. The story becomes something unpredictable and exciting. So this is what makes it memorable. It's unpredictable and exciting. It's the kind of story you'll share with your friends. So the hero goes rogue is a story most of us can relate to because we all fantasize with it. We fantasize with having someone or something interrupt our lives, add some excitement and drama to our lives in order for us to feel like a hero. I said this before, let's say it again. I think someone else actually wrote this, so anyway. At the end of the day, we're all looking for something to do, mission, someone to save, heroine, and someone to be, hero. So we're looking for a journey to go on, one that will challenge us and inspire us. Mentally, physically, emotionally, a kind of refiner's fire that will burn away the boring parts of ourselves so much so that we're unable to return to the old world because we are something new, we're something different. So we do need another hero, and that hero is you. Think about it. When you write your email sequences, think of yourself as a hero. Not to be stuck up or snobby, but just this is the experience you participated in. To get the reader interested in your experience so they'll sympathize with you, and they'll know, like, and trust you, and they'll be more likely to buy your product or service that they recommend because they see you as a kind of expert authority or just a kind of common man who's been on an adventure. And they want to go on that adventure. In order for them to do that, they're going to trust you, and they're going to say, okay, this guy went on an adventure. He traveled Venezuela. He camped, and this is the lightweight camping gear he recommends. I'm going to buy it. And then that's an affiliate link. You make some money. This is the binoculars he invented. Okay. So once you tell your hero's journey story, tell it as you remember it. And what you want to do is you want to get the reader inspired, motivated, and challenged, excited. You want to get them to be sympathetic with who you were and excited with who you are becoming. You want to get them excited to read your next email. So how do you do this? One, you invite the reader to participate in the story. Two, when you write your emails, think in terms of screenplay writing techniques. When you write your email sequence, and specifically when you're telling your origin story of how you started your business or how you created your product or how you had an epiphany that led you to start a new life, make your story amazing and memorable. You want to entertain, inspire, motivate, challenge your audience. You want to get them excited to read your next email. You want to get them to be sympathetic with who you were and excited with who you are becoming. In one way or another, everyone is chasing a feeling. So by doing these things, you want to create a feeling. And you want to get them to like that feeling so they'll chase it, so they'll keep reading your emails. And that's your, that's your job as a writer, as a storyteller. It's to invoke an emotion, a feeling, and have your reader, the audience, attach that feeling to you, to your product, your service. So your product or service has certain features, things that it can do for your audience. That's great. What's even more important is the benefits of those features. So the benefits are the positive after effects that result from the features. So here's an example. I put together an ebook called The Shift Diet. Let's talk about it. And again, this is an overview of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. And we're on page 19. And you can get this ebook, the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, at Chris Kemp Creative. That's chriskempcreative.com. You can also get it with other ebooks at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. That's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com or makethisyourview.com. Anyway, back to the ebook, page 19 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. So here's an example about features and benefits and the difference. So with the Shift Diet, you will discover how to shed 30 pounds in 90 days guaranteed. Imagine how confident you'll feel wearing the same size dress that you wore in high school. This isn't for everyone, only for people who don't mind getting attention from the opposite sex. So what are the features of the Shift Diet? Lose 30 pounds in 90 days. The features are what it does, what it promises to do, what it hopes to do. The features of the Shift Diet: lose 30 pounds in 90 days. What are the benefits? Feeling confident, getting attention from the opposite sex. When you write your email sequences, emphasize the benefits of your product or service or lifestyle that you are promoting. The benefits are paramount. Everyone is chasing a feeling. Invoke an emotion, generate a feeling. Enthusiasm, surprise, excitement, adventure, passion, drama. Attach that feeling to you, your product or service. If they want that feeling, they need to buy your product or service. Invite the reader to participate in a story that's exciting and addictive. Create a world of possibility with relatable characters. Build rapport, build that relationship, grow that relationship, nurture that relationship. Incite curiosity. Create open hooks, hook the reader. Or create open loops, hook the reader. So what is an open loop? An open loop is essentially unfinished business. You tell a story, you leave it on a cliffhanger, the reader, the audience, the watcher, the listener is invested to find out what happens next, and then you create a pause. You'll say, find out in the next email arriving tomorrow. And you get them excited to read that next email. So you get them invested in the story. You create an open loop. It's a cliffhanger. Once you answer that open loop in the following email, video, vlog, or podcast, that loop is closed. And then you end on another open loop or a cliffhanger, so to speak. So people want to keep reading your emails, watching your videos, listening to your podcast. The more they are invested, the more they are likely to buy that product or service for you or hire you as a consultant or all three. So what I suggest you do to make your story great is use these ingredients. Blend a variety of elements together to make your story great. Blend elements of classic sales copywriting, neurolinguistic programming, NLP, law of attraction, persuasion engineering, and screenplay writing techniques. So throughout your story, you can also use this technique. And again, we're on page 21 of the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint, page 21, if you want to follow along. So here's something you can use in your email copywriting and also on your landing pages and squeeze pages. Landing page is generally a long form sales page for your product or service, and a squeeze page is a shorter form sales page. A landing page, you want to get someone to buy your product or service. So you might have a lot of information or a small amount of information. A squeeze page is essentially a landing page where you want to get someone's name or email or phone number. So a squeeze page, you're trying to squeeze the person's contact information out of them. A landing page, you're hoping to get the person to land on the page, stay on the page, bookmark it, and then read it all, watch it all, or do both, and then buy your product or service. So here's something that you can use in your copywriting on your landing page or also in your emails. And again, we're on page 21 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. Here's where we go. Do you have what it takes to join us on this journey? So the have what it takes, the quote, have what it takes, unquote, qualifies and challenges the reader. Excuse me, got some water. The have what it takes line is similar to the copywriting line. This isn't for everyone. Since most readers don't want to be considered like everyone else, it's a clever use of reverse psychology, one that challenges his assumptions and encourages a deeper level of commitment. Think about it. Do you have what it takes to join us on this journey? Then you feel challenged and you're like, yeah, I have what it takes. So also, think about this. You're trying to sell your product or service. You could say, look, this isn't for everyone. And then people are like, well, I don't want to be like everyone. And then you could say, this is only for the few select. So if you like, I want to be the few select. And then they could say, we have a limited number, so that creates fear of missing out, FOMO. So this isn't for everyone. This is for only a few select. We have a limited number. If you're interested in buying this product or service, put in your email now before the timer runs out. Click the Buy Now button now. So do you have what it takes to join us on this journey? If so, click here right now. So the click here right now is a micro commitment. It's a first of a series of commitments that you can present to your reader. So each commitment is essentially getting the reader to jump through hoops. Big hoops at first and smaller hoops, qualifying him along the way. Each commitment is a promise of sorts. With each commitment, the reader becomes more invested in the story. So these are just a few ways you can use to make your story great. Also, if you want to sell your product or service, you could say, do you have what it takes to join us on this journey? Do you have what it takes to find your mission and to travel the world and find out who you are and see all these opportunities available? Do you have what it takes to go on this great adventure that's calling you, right? Full of uncertainty, possibility, and experiences and opportunities that will motivate, challenge, and inspire you. Do you have what it takes? If you have what it takes, say I, as Tony Robbins might say. And then people in the audience say, I. If you have what it takes, stand up. Stand up. If you have what it takes, put your hands in the air and say, I, stand up. I have what it takes. And then certain people in the audience, if you have what it takes, come up to the front right now. If you have what it takes, go to one of our teammates, go to one of our helpers up front, and tell them that you want to buy, you want to buy this product or service I have, and that you're willing to have what it takes, and you're willing to make the commitment right now. If you have what it takes, come up here right now. If you have what it takes, click this button right now. If you have what it takes, So this is a way to get people excited to buy your product or service. And also saying this isn't for everyone. You can say this isn't for everyone, and people, often people say, well, I'm not everyone, but it might be for you. This isn't for everyone, it might speak for you if you have what it takes. So I'm going to share a little story. One night I was in, I used to live in Brooklyn, New York, and one night I was at this dance club, and it was called House of Yes. It's probably still there. And I was asking girls if they wanted to dance, and they were, no, no, no. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to change up how I asked them. So I went up to a girl, and she was cute. And I put out my hand. I looked her right in the eye. She looked at me. I didn't know who she was, didn't know her name. I said, come. And she said, huh? I said, come. She said, I don't know you. I said, come, take my hand. And she said, I don't know you. She said, where are you going? And I said, you'll see. So all I did is I looked at a complete stranger, a cute girl. I put up my hand. She was sitting down. There were some people around her. I said, come. She said, I don't know you. I said, where are you going? I said, you'll see. And then she grabbed my hand, and I said, invite your friends. And then she got her friends, and I took her out to the dance floor. I led her. She was holding my hand. She had the hands of her friends, and I was dancing with her. And then I was just dancing with her. That's all I did. And then I saw some of my other friends who were guys, and I invited my guy friends to meet her. And we all just had a great time. Another time, if I remember correctly, I did something similar. I said, come. And the girl said, I don't know you. And she said, where? And I said, you'll see. She said, I have a boyfriend. And I said, invite him too. She's like, okay. And we all went out and were dancing. But she had an extra girlfriend or friends. So it's a great time. Some other times I've said, come, let's go. She said, where? I said, you'll see. Grab my hand, let's go dance. And she said, I have a boyfriend. I said, listen, I don't want to hear about your problems. And she laughed and I laughed. And I'm like, hey, I'm just kidding. Invite him. We all went to the dance floor and we're dancing. So this was at House of Yes. And then I'm dancing with all these people I totally don't know. And then I see this guy standing kind of, at the wall with his arms crossed. He looked kind of shy. He seemed like a nice guy. I was like, hey. I waved him over to dance with us. And I was dancing with him. Put his arm around him on one side. Put my arm around the girl, and we're dancing in a circle with a big group. He's like, you're so awesome, I love you. And I said, I know. I don't mean like I know I'm awesome, but like I know you love me. He was like, can I buy you a drink? And I said, I don't drink. He was like, I don't really drink. So I think I let him buy me a Coke or something, or a water. And then we just had a good time dancing. So that's something maybe you can use in also your copywriting. You just do a direct command. You're like, come. You just tell people what to do. Where? And then you say, you'll find out. So come as a command. You're telling them what to do. Come here. And they're asking where. And then they'll say, you'll find out. And that's inciting curiosity. Anyway, just a little side story. So again, we're at the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint ebook. And we're on page 22. So here's 20 writing tips to make your email sequences pop. Entertain your readers. What you want to do is you want to create an interesting story within your emails, one with interesting characters who kind of fit these three characteristics. One, they have something to do. That's a mission. They have something to overcome, an emotional or physical challenge, or both. Number three, they have something, a physical object, or someone, a person, to love, rescue, find. So they need something to do, something to overcome, something or someone to find. So 20 writing tips to make your email sequences pop. First one, entertain your readers. Second one, get your reader emotionally invested. Make the characters interesting. Get them invested. If you're the character, tell a story that gets them invested. Okay. Number three, invite them on a journey. You want to invite the readers on a journey to places that are unexpected, surprising, beneficial, and even life-changing. And you want to offer the reader the promise of adventure and subsequent reward for staying with you, for continuing with you on the journey. Are you going to solve the mystery? Are you going to rescue the princess? Are you going to overcome this obstacle? How is it going to change you? So they can empathize with you in a way. Similar to the way you watch a movie, you empathize with some of the characters. Number 4, reward the reader. You want to reward the reader with a payoff that exceeds the value of his or her time in reading your emails. So you probably read some reviews of a TV show or a movie that went like this. This is the most boring movie I've ever seen. I want my 2 hours back. So the viewer feels robbed, obviously. He spent his most valuable currency watching a movie that offered zero value. So even though it was voluntary, he still feels robbed of his most precious possession time. So keep this in mind when you're writing your email sequence. Your reader is giving you their time. You want to reward them with so much value in your writing that they feel justified having taken the risk to subscribe to your email service, and more so reading your emails. So remember this. And someone said this or wrote this. I don't think it was me. A story is a promise. What's a story? A story is a promise. A promise of something to come, a promise of a payoff. You want to offer a payoff that has massive value for the reader. Number 5, hook the reader. You want to hook the reader with a promise of adventure and subsequent reward for continuing to read the emails. Number 6, use embedded commands. So tell your readers what to do by using embedded commands. One example of an embedded command is this phrase, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you is a question. Help me is an embedded command. A question generates interest and stirs curiosity in such a way that the listener or reader is subconsciously unprepared for what comes next, a command. Help me. So here's how you can give commands. Call to action. Click this button. Get started right now by clicking this button. Sign up below with your name and email right now. Here's how you can use embedded commands. You can give commands in sales copy. Find love. It's easy when you learn these 3 simple steps. Treat yourself to the life and love you deserve. Listen, is this really what you want out of life? Really? Come on a journey that you will never forget. You could say, come. And then where are you going? You'll see. Make your house the best one on the block. You deserve better. You've got better things to do. Remember this. Download the report now before Big Pharma shuts this site down. Number 7, you want to qualify the reader. You don't want to, but maybe you want to. Qualify the reader. You invite them to go on a journey, but only if they're adventurous enough. By challenging the reader, you're giving him something to aspire to, a choice. This golden hoop for him to jump through leads him to becoming more emotionally invested in the story and its eventual outcome. This accelerates rapport and is likely to lead to customer loyalty. So you can do this when you're flirting with someone. You could say, I only like adventurous girls. I only like adventurous friends. Are you adventurous enough? And if that person likes you or is emotionally invested, they may say, yeah, I'm adventurous enough. And you can look at them and say, I don't know if you're adventurous enough. And then you get them to say, yeah, I'm adventurous enough. So you get them invested in you. I'm going to keep recording while I get some water. So I hope you're getting something out of this so far. Again, this is an Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, an overview. This is from Video Training Module 48, I think. From the ebook bundle, Flip Florida Land ebook bundle. That's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com and also makethisyourview.com. So right now, we're at 20 writing tips to make your email sequences pop. And we are on page 24. So incite curiosity. What you can do this is add unpredictable characters and unexpected situations into your story. So doing this is likely to get the reader curious to know what happens next. So here's an opener that you can use to incite curiosity. It's been said that every person has their secrets. One day, I met a man whose secret changed my life. The story I'm going to tell you might seem unbelievable, but you deserve to know the truth. Number 9, introduce multiple storylines. How can you do this? By including characters that have their own story. So each character is on their own mission, and sometimes their mission might conflict with your mission. This is what creates drama. The drama creates friction, and that generally creates interest. Number 10, establish rapport. Get the reader to know, like, and trust you. This establishes rapport. Strengthens the relationship between you and the reader. Once they know, like, and trust you, they are more likely to buy from you. Number 11, create open loops. An open loop is a circle that is not closed. In writing, this is a kind of a cliffhanger moment. An open loop is unfinished business or something that is not resolved. So typically our brain wants to see things resolved. Situations and stories that are unresolved typically trigger an unsettled feeling. So the open loops concept is done effectively in TV shows that end on cliffhanger moments. By now, you're emotionally invested in the characters and you need to know what's going to happen next. The open loop has effectively hooked you. Incorporate seduction techniques. Controversial. Every interaction, in a way, can be a seduction. People, maybe they like to be seduced as it gives them a feeling of heightened emotion, and also they can be irresponsible as they were, quote, led down the garden path, unquote, to, quote, chase a feeling, unquote. Employ screenplay writing techniques. Number 13. So it's worth learning screenplay writing techniques and using these techniques in your email sequences. You can craft every autoresponder, every email sequence that you have set up to land, to arrive at the person's inbox at a certain time. You could craft every autoresponder like a movie script with a beginning that hooks the reader, with a protagonist that reader can relate to and empathize with, and a struggle to overcome. So you could end every email with a cliffhanger that will be revealed or resolved in the following email. Beginning, introduction of characters. Middle, introduction of conflict and resolution of conflict. Number 14, introduce conflict. You could create your email sequence as a kind of screenplay, one in which conflict is a central element. You could write yourself or whoever you're writing about as a hero with an email. Introduce conflict, some opposing force or unforeseen circumstance that throws obstacles in the path. Introducing conflict helps to build tension within the story. Number 15, raise the stakes. Here's an example. Number 15, raise the stakes. If you hadn't discovered this weird way of learning how to buy and sell land in North Florida, even with a low credit score and no money of your own, you might still be working a minimum wage job at that fast food restaurant. Within your email sequence story, make your goal something that you have to reach. Turn your goal from a wish into a must-have or a must-get. Otherwise, you'll end up maybe living on the streets, begging, or working a job you hate. So you want to raise the stakes by having dramatic consequences for people that don't read the email, that don't buy the product or the service, right? Number 16, be honest. So if you're offering a product to make money in order to help offset the cost of your website hosting, CRM, expenses, and time, then say that. In the email sequence, explain that one of the reasons you're selling your product is to, quote, to help offset the expenses involved with managing a website. Just be honest. Number 17, share your story. People typically don't buy products, they buy stories associated with the product or service. So if you create a feeling and connect that feeling to the product, service, or brand identity that you're offering, you can establish a narrative for your clearly defined brand. A narrative is a story. So you can show how your brand can advance someone's narrative in a way that's beneficial outer and meaningful inner. Show how your brand can advance someone's narrative, the story of who they are, where they are going, and who they hope to be. In doing this, you could use this. You could say, you're only as good as your tools, and you deserve better, and treat yourself to the best tools on the market. Because if you're only as good as your tools, get good tools. If you wanted to sell, say, cookware and also spices for home cooks that like to use organic and eat healthy, you can borrow this. You could say, you're only as good as your tools. Get the best cooking tools on the market that are professional that you can order also on that you don't have to be working at a restaurant to order. You can get professional tools sent to your door. You're only as good as your tools. And you could even use this. Good cooking starts with good tools and good ingredients. Get the best tools, the best cookware you can keep for longevity, durability, reliability, safety, etc., and good ingredients. So good tools and good ingredients is what you need for good cooking. You could say, we sell both at our store. So go to our store and you'll get the good tools and good ingredients. So number 18, elicit a feeling. Remember, almost everyone is chasing a feeling. So what you want to do is you want to elicit that feeling. According to neuroscientist, author, and speaker, Dr. Joe Dispenza, feelings are the language of the body. So get the reader to attach a pleasurable feeling to your product or service, and the reader is likely to purchase your product or service. Number 19, use humor. Within your email sequence, introduce funny stories. Get people laughing. According to NLP certified therapist and family counselor Terry Gamble, laughter is the highest kinesthetic state. Laughing is a quick, sometimes immediate way to build rapport with your reader. Get your readers laughing, and your readers are likely to continue reading as you're rewarding them with the highest kinesthetic state. Number 20, foster unbridled optimism. Inspire hope. Tell your readers or viewers that anything is possible for them, almost anything. If they provide value to your audience, they will be rewarded with loyalty. Loyalty and trust converts prospects into buyers. The best way to predict the future is to create it. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So let's go over this overview. Again, we're at the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, page 27. People don't buy the product. They buy the story connected with the product and the feeling associated with the story. As an email marketing writer or a copywriter, your goal is to craft a compelling story that evokes a feeling that is associated with an identity. Once the viewer associates that feeling and identity with your product, and once they are promised a better world, when they get that identity, they are likely to buy your product. They buy the story behind the product in order to get the feeling that the product promises for the buyer. Make your product great and memorable by making your story great and memorable. Email marketing still matters. You know, email marketing has been around for probably 25 plus years about. So some view email marketing as a dinosaur of the digital age, but see, the dinosaur gets results, and its longevity proves its value. Email marketing still matters. According to this report, Email Marketing Statistics, 86% of business-to-business marketers use email marketing to handle existing business and for growth in new markets. Email marketing still matters. According to statistics, generates 150% higher click-through rates, 6 times more revenue, read in 70.5% of cases. Email marketing still matters. So let's go over page 32 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. This is the 5-letter email sequence. It's adapted from this this YouTube link up here. So I am not taking credit for this. I've kind of taken this and maybe added some stuff for it, maybe even taken away some stuff. So the 5-letter email sequence, here we go. Number 1. The first email is a welcome email, plus you're setting the stage. So this one, you're telling who you are and what you have to offer and what the reader, the audience can expect. So the 5-letter email sequence, the first email, welcome email, and then you set the stage. Who I am, what I have to offer you, what you can expect next in future emails. Number 2 of the 5-letter email sequence, the story, the peak drama. So this is where you share something that happens in your life, a challenge that the audience can relate to. Then you open a loop and you say, in a few days, I'm going to tell you what I did to overcome this or to solve this situation. And then you can have a PS, a postscript. If you want to jump ahead and figure out how to solve this problem now, visit, and then you have a link to your product or service. So the third email is the Epiphany. This is where you could say something to this effect. You could say, I realize that people who do blank, make money online, lose weight, or able to travel without much money, all do this, all have this in common, blah, blah, blah. have email lists, start off by fasting, begin by reducing your possessions and going minimalist. So by doing this, blah, 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 is key. So the third email is the epiphany. You say, I realize that people who do this, whatever they want to do, whatever problem you're trying to solve, make money online, for example, all do this or have this in common. All begin by creating their own product or service, you could say. So that creating your own product or service is key. So once we start doing this, building an email list, things start going much better. There was a number of hidden benefits that we didn't even realize were going to happen. When we started building the list, the hidden benefits started to appear. I'll be telling you about the hidden benefits in the next email. So that's the third, the epiphany. Number 4 is the hidden benefits. Number 4, the hidden benefits, is where you dive into the promise of what the audience likes and wants. So the hidden benefits could be something like this. All of a sudden, we were able to work from anywhere in the world. We were able to work less and earn more. There's less stress, so we're happier in our relationship. The extra free time allowed us to travel more, but it wasn't something we learned to do on our own. Thankfully, we discovered a system. Open loop. What is that system? Cliffhanger. Hidden benefits, the 4th email, the 5th email, the call to action. It's a big reveal. You're pulling back the curtains. Number 5, the call to action. This is a system we discovered. It worked for us and brought us these results and features. These results, features, and these results, benefits. You can check out this product at our website. So at the website, you offer an additional opt-in that leads to another affiliate product. And then you add a PS to this that shares something exciting you plan to share with your readers. Reward them. Keep it mysterious by not revealing what you're going to share with them. So on number 5 on the PS, you could say something like this, or write something like this. I've got some free tools coming to your inbox in the next few days, in the next 4 days. Excited to share them with you. Or I'll be sending you an email in a few days with a special treat. You're going to love it. So that's a 5-letter email sequence. It's probably pretty effective. And here's a bonus tip. You want to lead with value. You want to demonstrate value to your readers by adding these to your emails. Maybe some quotes, some book links to free PDF ebooks they can write, video links, summary, action steps, free goodies, links to PDF ebooks, videos, funny videos, money-saving tips. You want to lead with value. Offer value to your reader. So on page 34 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, there's the fill-in-the-blank 5-letter email sequence. So here's a fill-in-the-blank 5-letter email sequence you can use. I think this can be very helpful to you. And again, you can get this email sequence itself in the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint at chriskempcreative.com. It's KRISKEMP creative.com. It's chriskempcreative.com. Or you can get it with the ebook bundle at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. That's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. Or makethisyourview.com. And right now we're looking over the 5-letter fill-in-the-blank email sequence. Then, starting on page 45, I have the 7-letter email sequence. Okay, right now I'm going to pause the recording and take a break. Thank you so much for listening to this and watching this, if you're watching this as well. And again, we're going over the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. And you can get a copy of it if you want at chriskempcreative.com. That's chriskempcreative.com. Or also along with the ebook bundle at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com and makethisyourview.com. Thanks. Hi, this is part 2 of video training module number 48, the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint and Overview. And we're on page 45, the 7-letter email sequence. So on page 45, you'll see the 7-letter email sequence. And let's go over this quickly. So the first email is basically your welcome email. In the subject line, you could put, hi, your name, here's your lead magnet plus your bonus tip, smiley face. And in the body, you just put, hi, your name, thanks for signing up. You introduce yourself and how you can offer value to them. And then you tell them how you help them, how you're hoping to help them, and you thank them for signing up. And of course, you include a link to the lead magnet, the product or the video, whatever it is that you sent them in exchange for their contact information. So number 2 is social proof. On the subject line, you could put something like, I can help you, guaranteed, here's what friends have said, or here's what reviewers have said. And then the body, you explain who you are again, and then you explain how they might be skeptical, and then you have some quotes from people about you to get people to trust you. So number 2 is email is all about social proof. The third email is a product demo email, and this is where you explain how your video, how your course, how your consultation service, ebook, how your product or service or both, how it works. So you talk about the features of your product or service and the benefits of your product or service, the benefits of what your features are. So let's say you're selling your own organic toothpaste that's made out of aluminum-free baking soda, organic curry powder, and organic extra virgin coconut oil. Let's say you're selling your own toothpaste and you're calling it your own tooth polish, right? The features might be our organic tooth polish. 1, it won't cause your teeth or your gums to sting. 2, it doesn't contain harmful chemicals like fluoride and other chemical ingredients that may be harmful to you. And 3, it's healthier for you. So if you swallow it, you're not likely to get sick. So those might be the features, but the benefits of your organic tooth polish might be fresh breath, whiter teeth, and an additional benefit is you'll feel confident around that special someone knowing that you have fresh breath and whiter teeth. So that would be the benefit. So the third email is a product demo email. You talk about the features and benefits of your product. The fourth email is where you talk about your webinar transcript, how you had a webinar and how it was received. The fifth email is the emotional controversy email. And this is where you ask people if they wish they had more freedom in life. And then you tell them that they can have more freedom in life by buying or purchasing your product or service. Number 6 email is a webinar last chance email. So you have a webinar and you say you're going to take it down within 48 hours. You try to get the reader excited to click on the link and watch your webinar. The number 7 email is a discount coupon for the non-buyer. So they haven't bought your product or service, you have a discount coupon and you give them one more chance to buy it. So on page 53 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, here's a 12-letter email sequence. And this kind of goes into depth. So over the 12-letter email sequence, you're going to go into depth of who you are, and the product or service you're selling, and how it can help the reader. And it's a kind of in-depth sequence, so we're not going to go over it, but you can read it at the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. And you can get the ebook at chriskempcreative.com, and also you can buy it along with the ebook bundle at Flip Florida Land ebook bundle and Make This Your View. That's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com and makethisyourview.com. So on page 75 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, I share how you can write a 25-letter email sequence. So this is basically a very long form email sequence, email campaign. And within it, you're going to be going in depth of a story that happened to you. You're kind of sharing your journal with your email subscribers. And ideally, you want to think like a screenwriter. Take your journal, go over it, even if it's a video journal, and rewrite it or re-edit it, add in music and sound effects. So it's almost like a mini movie. And think about it, your email sequence doesn't just have to be a written sequence. You could have a written version of your email sequence. You could have a link within that goes to an audio version of your email sequence. You could have a link within that where you're actually showing free to use Pexels videos and free to use archive.org videos and free to use Creative Commons videos that you've remixed and repurposed with your voiceover. So you could be telling a story about your trip through Southeast Asia. And if you don't have the videos for that, you might find free to use videos or videos that you purchase. And you're telling that story, and then you're doing what I'm doing pretty much right now, although this is a screen capture. You're using your phone with an MP3 recorder. You're telling the story on your phone. You're attaching that MP3. You're uploading it online. You can upload it to mega.nz, download it to your computer or laptop using Wondershare Filmora to add the audio to the video, and you could tell a story where your email sequence where you're speaking into it. So people who aren't interested in reading it on the emails are listening to it, and they can also watch it, and they can listen to it, particularly if they're exercising, without having to. They can listen to it without having to look at it. Especially if they're driving, they can just listen to it, educate, motivate, challenge, and inspire them to listen to it that way. Or if they're at a restaurant eating, or at a cafe or a coffee shop, they can listen to it and watch it. And they can be like, "This is great. This guy's telling me a story that's motivating, challenging, and inspiring me. He's letting me know about opportunities I was unaware of. And at the same time, he has videos that's also getting me excited to listen to him, to continue listening to the story and buy his product or service." So back to this, page 75 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template, how to write a 25-letter email sequence. Real quickly, you could write the 25-letter email sequence. Take your journal, break it apart into 25 sequences, write quick email sequences, do an audio cast of it, do a video cast. You could just be talking using your phone. And then you could also do MP3, where you record an MP3 and find related videos and post a link to that. That's an unlisted video at YouTube. So only people in your email list can watch those videos, or you can list it if you want to. But I think doing a video version of your email sequence might be a nice idea for people who are more visual. You could also add free to use music to it as well. But when you do that, think like a screenwriter. Get the reader to be emotionally invested in your story. So we're on page 77 now. So basically the 25-letter email sequence formula is like this. You want to turn your journal into a series of blog posts where you're writing them, or a vlog post, video post. And for each blog post, you want to create a beginning, middle, and end, like a cliffhanger. Beginning, introduction of your story, introduction of characters. Middle, introduction of conflict, and resolution of conflict. And how you changed on the outside, now you changed on the inside. External changes and inward personal changes as well. With the 25-letter email sequence, you want to build rapport with your audience. So the way that you can do that is establishing yourself as a friend, an authority, or a leader, or all three. So a friend is someone you know, like, and trust. So think of a tripod. A tripod has 3 legs. All 3 legs are needed to support the tripod. So if one of the legs are missing, the tripod will collapse to the floor. So the foundation of the friendship and establishing a rapport is those 3 principles: know, like, and trusting you. So if you want to establish a friendship, think of it as a tripod, and your friendship is a camera on top of the tripod. A person knows, likes, and trusts you. Those are the 3 legs of the friendship. Another way you can build rapport or strengthen that relationship with your audience is when you're an authority. So an authority is someone who's an expert in their field, but an authority can also be someone who knows a little bit more than someone else on the field, right? Another way you can build rapport with your audience is by being a leader. So lead the field, become an expert, read books, watch videos. Lead the field. It's a good idea to lead with values. Study future trends, find out where the market is heading, and share those with people. So people say, "Oh, this guy is, he forecasts the future. She forecasts the future. She finds out where the future is going. She invests in this, and she's making money, and I'm doing the same thing, and I'm making money. Therefore, I value this person." So on page 81 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, we have a fill-in-the-blank story sequence where it's 6 emails. Now you can find this, get the ebook if you want, at flipfloortoland.ebookbundle.com and also makethisreview.com. And this is a fill-in-the-blank story sequence, which you can use this and fill in the blanks. So make it easier for you to write a 6-letter email sequence. So on page 95, there's a story email. This is borrowed from this link over here. You can just find it on page 95 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. On page 97, we have the historical solution email. Gives an example about this. And on page 99, the credible testimonial email. So on page 102, I think this is kind of important. Let's talk about results and features versus the benefits. So results and features versus benefits of your product or service, which is more important? So in my opinion, excuse me, I'm gonna grab some coffee. And some water. So on page 102. In my opinion, the benefits are considered usually more important for the buyer. Let's discuss what's the difference. Results, features of your product, what your product promises for the user. Benefits of your product, the residual effects of the result, the quote, afters, unquote, aftershave. Let's talk about aftershave. Features. With natural aloe vera that prevents chafing, all natural ingredients that can be used for all skin types, even sensitive skin. So the features of this particular aftershave might be this. Natural aloe vera that prevents chafing, all natural ingredients that can be used for all skin types, even sensitive skin. What are the benefits of this aftershave? Your partner will love your smooth, soft face. Feel clean and fresh for your next meeting at work. Rest easy, knowing your face won't break out like it did with those other shaving creams or aftershaves. Tax consulting features. Free consultation with a top-rated tax consultant trusted with 150 5-star reviews. Save $2,500 a year or more, guaranteed. So the features of the tax consulting are what? Free consultation, top-rated tax consultant, 5-star reviews, save $2,500 a year or more, guaranteed. What are the benefits of the tax consulting? Unsettled and stressed about having to slog through taxes this year? Rest easy when you hire Carrie's Tax Consulting Services, guaranteed to get you the best return on your money. Rest easy with Carrie's Tax Consulting Services. You've got better things to do. So basically the features / results are what the product promises for the user. If you're buying a diet supplement, it might promise to help you burn fat fast, and lose that pot belly. That would be the feature / result. All right? The benefit of losing that pot belly would be more confidence, attracting the attention of that cute guy, girl at the cafe, feeling good that you're able to fit into your favorite pair of jeans, the one that you kept since high school or college. So I run 2 main websites, chriskemp.com, that's KRISKEMP.com, and chriskempcreative.com, KRISKEMP creative.com. So I run 2 main websites, chriskemp.com and chriskempcreative.com. So at chriskemp.com, the features. Self-development made simple. Discover the simple techniques you can use to get the life and love you deserve. So the benefits. Financial freedom, emotional freedom, confidence, abundance in the areas of relationships, love, and money. So at chriskempcreative.com, features. Build an audience and grow your profits. I will show you how to do both using email marketing, landing pages, and videos. Benefits. Free time to spend however you wish. So the benefits. When writing your copy for your email marketing sequence, emphasize the benefits of your product or service. People tend to attach a feeling to the benefits, to the residual outcome of what your product or service may offer them. Remember this when writing your copy. Emphasize the benefits. So on page 105 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, okay, we're going to pause right here. Thanks for watching. This is part 3 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, an overview. This is video training module number 48. So we're on page 105 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint, if you'd like to follow along. So this is the when I first landed story email sequence. This is what I called, excuse me, the when I first landed story email sequence. So a personal note, this is an email sequence that I wrote very quickly. I'm a pretty fast typist. As I'm typing, the ideas flow out fast and sometimes beautifully furious. It's pretty much a volcano of ideas that continues to erupt beneath my feet. So I feel like writing is like a gym for the brain, and when I write fast, the ideas arrive even faster. One idea connecting to the next and then sprouting 3 other ideas until it's a vine that's flowering and headed in a million different directions. A garden growing in the imagination with roots reaching to the subconscious. Writing helps excavate the gold mine in our heads. Eureka moments standing knee-deep in the stream of consciousness, panning for precious metals, an endless wealth of ideas and possibilities and stories that entertain, motivate, challenge, and inspire. Hopefully, the when I first landed email sequence does a number of things. Assumes the reader's interest. It assumes the reader's interest. In doing this and assuming the reader's interest, it sets up a variable that you are worth listening to. It does this without any pretension or presumption. It neither explains nor apologizes. It assumes that you are worth listening to. On the readers or the listeners, and because it starts out this way, they are likely to assume that you, in fact, are worth listening to. Hopefully it tells a compelling story. When writing the sequence, write as fast as possible. Share your story or the story of someone else that you will make your own. Writing fast often helps to kick the subconscious into overdrive, allowing your imagination to explore territory that might otherwise be missed. Take a cold shower, spin in circles, listen to inspiring music. Fast. Incite curiosity. Add unpredictable characters and unexpected situations into the story. Doing this will get your reader curious to find out what happens next. Here's a few openers that hopefully incite curiosity. It's been said that every person has their secrets. One day, I met a man whose secret changed my life. The story I'm going to tell you might seem unbelievable, but you deserve to know the truth. Every city has its secrets, even New York City. Discover the secret that will change everything. So, within your email sequences, you can introduce multiple storylines by including characters who have their own story, their own mission, and their own mission might conflict with other people's or your mission, and this creates drama. You want to get people to know, like, and trust you within your email sequences. Once they know, like, and trust you, they're more likely to buy your product or service. Create open loops. An open loop is a circle that's not closed. In writing, this is a kind of cliffhanger moment. So what an open loop does is unfinished business or something that is not resolved. So typically our brain wants to see things that are resolved, put to bed, buttoned up, so to speak. So situations and stories that are unresolved typically trigger an unsettled feeling. So when you create an open loop, you're getting the reader to get curious about what happens next. So he or she will continue reading. So the When I First Landed story email sequence. So I'm just going to do an overview of this, and we're on page 107 of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. So the When I First Landed story email sequence, email number 1 is When I First Landed. And this is pretty fun. You can borrow this and model it if you want. So you start it out by just saying when I first landed. And you can say when I first landed, when I first arrived. So you can say when I first landed in this place, I only had a few plans. And then you have your plans, your kind of mission. Do this, do this, do this. But plans have a way of disappearing, blah, blah, blah. What happened next was unexpected. So you're creating an open loop. And again, the first email, when I first landed, email sequences, when I first landed, comma, blah, 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 this happened, etc. And you're ending the first email, let's get back up here, with what happened next was unexpected. And they could say coming tomorrow, coming next week, coming in a few days, blah, blah, blah. So you're setting that up. So the second email, when I first landed email sequence, is following up on the open loop or cliffhanger of the first email. What happened next was unexpected. So you could open up the second email. What happened next was unexpected, was very unexpected. And then you tell a story. And you just tell your story. And we're on page 108 of the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint. And in the story, you're ending that on an open loop. Find out what happens, what he said in tomorrow's email, the second email. The third email, a strange call and a surprise, ... Strange call. You're like, what is a strange call and a surprise? The surprise is you want to find out what's happening. So that's a subject line. You want to create your subject lines like this, make them like this. So you inspire people to open the email and read the email. Then you continue your story with the third email. And then we're ending the third email with this line. This gets even more bizarre. And then we're starting the fourth email sequence with how we end the third email. See a pattern here so far? So the fourth email sequence, the subject line is this gets even more bizarre. Again, you want to motivate people to read that email. So the fourth email ends kind of with this line, well, the line before the line. At lunch, he told me a story that almost seemed unbelievable. ... coming tomorrow. So the fifth email, subject line, a story that almost seemed unbelievable. ... Email number 6 begins with the last cliffhanger of email number 5. Essentially, what would I do with the house? Find out. Email number 6. What would I do with the house? So at the tail end of email number 6, last line, what I saw next horrified me, ... So email number 7, subject line, what I saw next, or you could say what I saw next horrified me, ... Again, it's ending each email on a cliffhanger moment, telling a story. You're not really trying to share anything, you're just telling a story, right? You just want to draw the reader in. You want to offer a value. You want to entertain the reader, essentially. And again, you could do this as a video blog post too. You could tell a story. If you want to create a whiteboard animation, you could do that as well. This is a long email. Sorry, that was a phone call. Call him back. So the last email sequence in the when I first landed email sequence, that's email number 7. Okay. So you could have a PS and you could have an affiliate link to your product or service there. But you're mainly telling a story. You're mainly offering value to the reader by telling them a story in the When I First Landed email sequence. So we're going to wrap this up because this is getting pretty long. There's already 3 parts to the audio that need to be cobbled together. So page 119 of the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint is a soap opera email sequence. Yeah, and that email sequence follows kind of how a soap opera is written. You could just read this on your own. Again, you can get this ebook, the Ultimate Email Sequence Template Blueprint, at chriskempcreative.com. That's KRISKEMP Creative, chriskempcreative.com. Or you can get the ebook bundle, the entire ebook bundle, which includes this email sequence and a bunch of other ebooks. You can get that at flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. It's flipfloridalandebookbundle.com. And also makethisyourview.com. So I've hoped you enjoy this overview of the Ultimate Email Marketing Sequence Template Blueprint. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time at bicycledays@yahoo.com. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and God bless you.
tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be.